All right. Good morning. As everybody's coming in, good to see you. Good to see you. Come on in. Welcome today. If you don't mind, as always, swipes and shares are cool. And also, if you can, just go ahead and tell us where you're from. Arkansas. Good morning. Good morning, Herman. Good morning, Jamie. Good morning. See you and everybody coming in. Good morning. Great to see you. Good morning. I just put up on Facebook, so we'll let everybody know. We're getting ready to go here live. Hey, Dubai, good morning. Wisconsin, Spain, good morning. Raleigh, hey, good morning. North Carolina. Yeah, I love that. And Raleigh Morning Coach, Raleigh MC, I love it. Jacksonville, good to see you. Southport, Connecticut. Ontario, Canada. Cancun, I love it. From the beach. Austin, good morning, everybody. Good to see you. The Hamptons this morning. Great to see you this morning in the Hamptons. Got to be some good weather up there. Columbus, Ohio, Texas. Good to see you. Good to see everybody. My 80s shirt is my owl this morning. Massachusetts, Germany. Hey, back from vacation. Great to see you. I'm wearing my owl again today. How many licks does it take to get to the Tootsie Pop? That's the one I started with today. Ready to roll. How many licks? Up at 3 in the morning in Maui. Hey, Kathy, good to see you. Connie, great to see you. Great to see everybody. Well, today we're talking about persistence and really understanding this idea of sticking with it, and no longer procrastinating. And it's amazing that we're talking about this at a time when Dr. Wayne Dyer left his body yesterday and moved on to the next area. And as many Wayne has had a big influence on my life, and really is somebody that had an influence. And luckily, I was able to meet and get to know a little bit, and had a big influence on my life. And his story alone has driven me. If you know Dr. Wayne Dyer's story about the erroneous zone, I mean, he literally put all the books that he had in the back of a car and used to drive around to radio stations. And that's how he got his start. I mean, that's how he got started, was taking his books and consigning them to bookstores, then going to the local radio station and knocking on the door and saying, hey, I'm here, I'd love to speak. And then he would send people to the bookstores, and that's how he got started. And I don't think a lot of people really understood that, about the side of Wayne, because we all see him as super successful at this point. You see him as somebody that's obviously on PBS, and he did so many wonderful things. He changed so many people's lives. But if he wouldn't have, went out there and did what he did, put the work in, put the time in, and persisted, we wouldn't have had the impact that he had. In fact, MorningCoach probably wouldn't exist. Back in the day when I was getting ready to do, figure out what to do, and everything was failing for me, and I was working on my, persistence, because things weren't working, there was a book called Wisdom of the Ages. And I used to read Wisdom of the Ages every morning. And I used to go, man, it would be great if somebody would do this every morning and I could listen to it. And it's one of the areas that MorningCoach really kind of, some of the ideas came from, was this idea of, we need to put some great energy out there every morning. And it was nice to be able to share that on a Hay House stage last year in May with Wayne, and tell him that he was a big influence on me. And that book was always on my desk. In fact, some of those original Coach casts way back when were some of, Wayne's wisdom. And obviously a lot of that comes through the stuff that I teach, is the stuff that he's done. And that was huge for me. And I think, if we all understand his story, we can take something from that. And I think we should honor him by persisting in life and recognizing, what he was able to do and the lives he was able to impact, by telling his story and by getting out there and doing it over and over and getting that erroneous zone out there. He's got some great stories. If you haven't had a chance to listen to his story about when he when he got in a little bit of trouble, and his grade school teacher was telling his principal what he was, that he was it was this problem, and he overheard the teacher talking to the principal, and he heard her say, that Wayne is a scurvy elephant. He's a scurvy elephant. And he went home, and he was trying to figure out what is a scurvy elephant? Asked his foster mother, what is a scurvy elephant? I don't understand what this is. My teacher just told the principal, I'm a scurvy elephant. And it actually, what it turned out to be was what the teacher was saying was disturbing element. He was a disturbing element in school, and he overheard scurvy elephant. And so part of what his teaching has been over the years is be a little bit of a scurvy elephant. And, when you go out there, yeah, Jamie, that's where that came from. And he's always, be the scurvy elephant. And so, yeah, he heard it as a kid from his high school teacher. It was telling the principal that he was a disturbing elephant, and he heard a scurvy elephant. So that was kind of funny. That was a great one. Other thing about Wayne that I want to talk about, especially with persistence and procrastination. A lot of times in life, we procrastinate because we make things too hard. And when I interviewed Wayne for the MorningCoach cast, when he had his last book come out, I had some time to spend with him before, and this is when I first met him, before I had a chance to go speak, and Reed Tracy, who's just an amazing guy, hooked us up for lunch, and we all went to lunch a couple days here in Fort Lauderdale, which was amazing. When I called him up, he said, hey, Wayne, Reed's been telling me about your business. He says, it's awesome. I love what MorningCoach is doing. He said, it's pretty cool. He said, can you tell me a little bit? And I said, yeah. I said, Wayne, it's, this business of personal development is really hard. People, it's hard to get people that get it. It's really hard, this personal development, area. And for years it had been hard. And I thought about it, and Wayne told me, he said, JB, he says, I got to tell you, it hasn't been hard for me. And that was such a huge coaching for me, because I realized that in my mind, I was making it so hard. And actually, because I've had success in this business, I was making it even harder for myself, because the people outside were agreeing with me. They were telling me, yeah, JB, this is really, really a difficult business, because I had success and I was putting that out there. And then they were reaffirming that belief. So, he turned the apple cart up for me, so to say, and really helped me in my business and life by understanding that, a lot of times we're making things hard in here, especially when it comes to business and it comes to life. And we tend to overthink things and get ourselves stuck in this pattern of this voices. This is, we're talking about MorningCoach with the surrender experiment, right? We're getting into that area of, the untethered soul and the surrender experiment. We're talking about that this Thursday. And learning to let go of these voices and really touching the truth, which is, it doesn't have to be that difficult. Tomorrow is not promised, as Wayne passed on, and we will all pass on at some time. And so we got to simplify a little bit and enjoy this process and not get so caught up in the minutia, and just keep progressing forward. That's what we need to do. at the end of the day. And so what I want you to focus on this week, as we go into this week, is really to look at, there's an old adage in our business. It says everybody is great at addition, but nobody's great at subtraction. Meaning, people come to the room and they'll look at an event and they'll see all the people and they'll start adding up all the money in their mind, or they'll see all the MorningCoach members and they'll say, oh my gosh, they're making this much money, but they never subtract all the expenses, the time, the issues. Same thing with Wayne. We see him on PBS. We see this true success. And he was just an awesome teacher, an awesome soul. And at the end of the day, he had his trials and tribulations at the same time. He had the trials and tribulations that we all do. And he persisted through it. He got through it. He took it step by step. And, I think we got to look at those stories and remember those stories, because that's what great people do. They help remind us that, we all have trials and tribulations. We all go through things, and we just got to keep rocking. We just got to keep moving forward. We got to keep persisting. That's what it's about, and I think Wayne was the ultimate person with that. So no matter where you're at in your life, no matter where you're at in what you're doing, remember that it's about the day by day activities that you're doing. And that if you just keep going at it day by day, that's where the wins will come, okay? And it doesn't always happen the way you think it's going to happen. In fact, it rarely does. Somebody's going to call you a scurvy elephant sometime, and you're going to wonder, what the heck was that? Why did that person call me a scurvy elephant, And you may not know what it is, right? You may be down, you may be out, you may be frustrated, but you know what? You got to be that scurvy elephant. And as Wayne will continue to teach from his next experience, I'm sure, we got to keep moving forward. So hopefully today, what I want you to do is persist in what you're doing. Take the things and realize that it takes time sometimes, and it's okay. It's okay. And really, understand that sometimes we make it way too hard, harder than it needs to be. And tomorrow is not promised. And so we've got to start working day by day together, to keep moving forward. And that's what will help us really move forward, is to keep persisting, to keep driving, to keep having fun, and recognizing that, tomorrow is not promised. And we always got to ask ourselves this too, and this is kind of, how Wayne left me, was it doesn't really matter. What's really important? I kept saying, oh, my business is hard. My business is hard. It's so difficult to do this. Is it really that difficult? And once I released that pedals a little bit and just enjoyed the process, it's amazing how everything else just got better. So we just keep rocking, step by step and day by day. That's the key thing. So we're going to have a great week here on Morning Coach. I mean, it's going to be a blast. I got a great week planned for you. We got some new stuff coming, so keep your eye out. By the way, for those of you having troubles with the community, just go ahead and refresh your cookies. That should be fixed this week. We're working on that. Or you can go in through a private browser. There's a couple things we're going. The community's rocking, so we'd love to have you in there. And, we got a great week. I mean, it's going to be fun. A lot of persistence, a lot of ending procrastination this week. We're going to be doing a lot on the CoachCast, so make sure you tune in the mornings. And, hey, Denny, good morning there in Miami. And just let's remember Wayne today. Let's have a special place in our heart for the teachings of Dr. Wayne Dyer and what he has done for all of us, and the energy that he put out there. And, remember him by persisting in the things that you're going to do, and stop procrastinating. Recognize tomorrow is not promised, and that the beauty of life is what we have. We've been given this life. We've been given this day to enjoy it and to use it. So use this day, okay? Put it out there. We're getting ready to start September. Use this day, and let's make it great, okay? Good morning, everybody. I love you guys, and make sure you tune into the CoachCast today, and we're going to have a lot of fun on this week on Morning Coach. And if you have any questions or comments, love to hear you. But thanks for the swipes and shares. Thank you for the hearts, as always. I'll be back at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Friday. I had a late night last night. My Raiders played, watched the preseason game, and got in. But I love you guys. I really do. And we just got to keep putting our great energy out there. I know it's a challenge. I know it gets hard. And we just got to keep fighting a good fight. Remember, procrastination. Let's get through it today. Stop procrastinating, and hey, let's get the persistence working. Man, you guys are awesome. To infinity and beyond. I love it. All right, guys. Listen, have a great week. Get over to morningcoach.com. Get in the community, because we got some great discussions going on there. We'd love to have you in there. Jamie, thank you. Thank you for moderating. Hey, everybody. Great to see you. But we'll see you over in the Morning Coach community. Going to go jump in there right now. All right, everybody. Have a great week, everybody. And be that scurvy elephant today, all right? Remember that. Let's honor Wayne by being a scurvy elephant. Share that story with somebody. Tell them, hey, are you a scurvy elephant or not? And that's going to help, help keep the legacy of Wayne, which will be around forever. Awesome. So see you, everybody. Have a great one. I love you. Let's have a great day, and I'll see you over at morningcoach.com. I'm going to go jump in the community, see what we got going on in there. Bye, everybody. Love you. Ciao. Thanks. See you in the community.